Hello and welcome. The Supreme Commander of Forge Alliance Forever. We're on the ladder on Desert Planet 2 again. Couple of strong players. Who is this noob? It's Tagada. Broken the 2k ladder rating mark. Oh, congratulations on that. Going Cybern. This guy. The Aussie. Playing Cybern as well. It's gone random and got Cybern a few times. Cybern's pretty good on this map though. Wouldn't be too disappointed. But let's see how they open up. WhoIsThisNoob looks like he's going second air. Wonder if he'll go second and third air. This guy also has an air factory planned. First engineer is going to the reclaim. One thing on this map, you are further from the reclaim as the bottom player, which is kind of annoying. Have a longer distance to travel. So say if we look at Tagada, he can actually send his first engineer to the hydro. The second guy can reclaim. This guy, because he's on the bottom, actually has to send the first engineer to reclaim. And the second guy is going to go to the hydro. Slight map imbalance. Doesn't make too big a difference though. And if you want, you can try blame your losses on it. But we all know that you just suicided your ACU, didn't you? Be honest. So we do have heavy air on this side and on this side, so let's see what they can do. Both have gestures at their disposal. And the beauty of gestures is that, unlike bombers, especially Cybern bombers, it can't be dodged. Well, it's not totally true. You can actually dodge the fire of gestures, but engineers can't do it. If you have a fast anti-air, like a T1 mobile anti-air, you can actually circle dodge and dodge gunship fire and survive quite a while. So, just defensive mantis, very, very defensive from both these players. So not many units moving across the map because we only have one land faction that's predominantly making engineers. And a couple of defensive mantis. No defensive mantis on this side because Tagada is sending his ACU. ACU is moving at the same speed here out of the base. And the air fight is going to be what matters here. So who's going to get the best engagement? Who had the better build in terms of interceptor production, and then who can use the advantage should they get it. We have even interceptor numbers on both sides. Tagada is now moving. It's getting a T2 max, which may be a bit greedy. If he loses there, it's going to be very painful. You can see, so greedy over here. Oh, this guy being aggressive with his air now. Moving in, trying to catch Tagada off. It looks like he will and has caught him off. Got some good shots at the start in behind Tagada, and now Tagada is punished. T2 max doesn't seem like such a great idea. The mass stall was stopping his production, and also he's gone in, made a transport as that just as that fight was happening. He's producing the transport. Now he does nicely to hide it in the corner so it doesn't die. Builds some anti-air to force the interceptors away, and he may actually be able to drop whichever side he chooses. A bomber from this guy and another one on the way. Maybe a jester would have been a better option, but we'll see. We shall see. There's only one engineer in this expansion. Looks like, yeah, that was a nice mantis here raiding, killing. You'd see very, very few land units. It's quite amazing. There's the first dodge from Tagada. The bomber is very low on HP. One more shot and it will go down. Turning. And will this land? There was an attempt. And building an anti-air is not the correct decision here. It's not going to work. If he could have kept dodging, he could have actually survived. And even the anti-air died, so he can't build it with the mantis. This guy looking like he's in a good position. Oh, this transport in the wrong place at the wrong time. And you can see this guy has majority of his expansions. A couple of mexes missing. But more missing for Tagada, 2 on this side, 4 on this side. Small bit of damage here, but really nothing significant, and actually costing this guy some inties. Still has this bomber alive, which is quite nice. Should be aggressive again on the top side to deny this expansion as long as possible. Tagada very slow to move out here. He's gonna wait for a transport instead of walking. And this guy has a big score lead right now. If we look at the mexes, we have 2 finished. Third one being built with assists, which is always good. These Cybern bombers are so poor at hitting things. Although this time he's aiming at a stationary target. I thought this engineer was dodging. And he goes down. This guy moving to T2 with his AC. I'm not sure why he's getting T2, what the plan is here. Certainly nice to have T2 tech to defend, say, for T2 mexes with TMD, and make PD to defend against raids. It's a very turtly map, potentially. Like, you can cover a lot of ground with T1 and T2 PD. There's a few small chokes and some quite close together mexes that you can eco, but not exactly sure why he's moving to T2 with the ASU. And with this power stall, his score lead is not going to be quite so good. Not sure why he's stalling so heavily. Maybe just a bit late on power production. Tagada also stalling. It's a lot less power. And he's adding more factories. He's going to make some spam, and he's actually getting through here on the left. May get a couple kills on mexes. Do a little bit of damage, and also having these units here is going to stop this guy from sending any units across. Only option is to do some damage with air, really. And this guy looks like they have similar numbers. What's that? 31, 27. Yeah, quite similar air numbers now. Tagada has evened it up, and the T2 mexes are pretty even as well. So this guy maybe squandered his advantage a little bit, being slightly less efficient now. But still, I think he has a lead. Certainly has a big lead in power production. Question is, will he use it? Looking to counterattack now on the top side, and there's not many units, so he could potentially do some damage. Tagada has the middle, and looks like he took the reclaim from there as well. Gonna have a nice radar. Gives some great coverage. If you can hold mid, a T2 radar gives fantastic coverage from there. And it's 2 extra mexes. Actually, the only 2 contested mexes on the map. T2 air from Tagada is his choice. We don't see T2 land. I think we're a ways into the game. We're almost 11 minutes, so what has to be thought of is certainly T2 air for sure, and T2 land and T3 land even. Those Loyas can do a lot of damage, but even here now, T1 land making inroads. Just some PD would stop virtually all this aggression if placed in the right locations. but people are being greedy, not adding those uh, those PDs and getting punished. Tagada taking more damage than he ever should. Really, shouldn't really lose so many mexes to just 10 or 15 Mantis 12 minutes into the game. But it's cleaned up, and if he's rapidly re-expanding, rebuilding, then he should be fine. Have virtually no net loss if you can grab the reclaim and expand fast enough. T2 Max is in the expansion, he has T2 ACU as well. This guy also ecoing with his commander. This map certainly eco heavy. You can see you have all your mexes on your side. Not really contested mexes again, except for these couple in the middle. And many chokes to defend. So seeing a lot of eco is not strange on this map. T2 P-Gen finally for Tagada. It's quite late for that. Might be good to recycle some T1 P-Gens to just rebalance the economy, get some more mass. Corsairs coming for this guy, and I like the use of bombers. It's using them, they only get, even if they get a few passes, they're worth it. You can see this guy, this one has 3 kills, this one has 6 kills, this one doesn't have any. However, his split up Air Force needs to be regrouped, and it looks like this Tagada may have more, especially after taking out that smaller group of maybe 5 or 10. It's the danger of having a split up Air Force. The numbers are very similar. Interesting to have such a close number, and they're not between their Air Forces. More economy. And more just tiny T1 land raids that still get some damage done. Killing T1 mexes. But the important mexes are not dying. Now this one, that would be a target if it seems as it is upgrading. Bombers very effective at defending against raids like this. And I think this Mex is not going to go down. Now, one way to kill the Mex would be to put this Mantis directly next to the Mex. That would be the way to kill it. Just give a move order. Just right on top of it. You can like click a move order and then drag it over so that you don't accidentally give it an attack order. And then let the bombers do the work for you. It's a very effective way of actually killing economy when people are defending with, say, Cybran gunships which have AoE, or Corsairs, any fighter bomber, and any T1 bomber. They all have friendly fire. That is a good way of killing stuff when you don't have the damage to kill. It's a big attack move with the entire Air Force, and that could be a huge error. Okay, we have a reaction, and the micro begins, but the Air Force is sort of split up. How many units does Tagada have? Looks like he has maybe slightly less than this guy started with. And this guy micros one turn and then says, I'll let them fight it out now. And I think that's a fine decision. He had the advantage. But his inties are being a bit retarded. But still, he wins the fight quite comfortably. Look at all of those inti wrecks. Oh my god, there's so much mass here. Actually, we can use this reclaim meter, which FTX Commando told me about, which I haven't actually really used yet. In a cast, you can see how much reclaim is on screen when I hold the reclaim command. So there's almost 9,000 reclaim here, most of it from inties on the entire map. 15k. Corsairs have come in and sniped T2 P-Gens. and that's hurting, but this PGen is already going to be rebuilt. Tagada with the T2 AC here can also rebuild power in this area, and he has pretty significant number of T1 PGens and 3 Hydras. So overall, you can see that a power snipe is never effective on its own. A power snipe is effective if you can continue denying the rebuild of the PGens until it actually becomes painful. Or if you can take advantage of what your opponent has lost. When they lose their PGen, they lose their shields, and the shields will flash on and off, but that's obviously less useful. And also they will lose their radar, so that actually allows you to get a lot of drops in, use units in different ways, make attacks that can't be spotted. So power snipe on its own, not so good. It needs some fast follow-up, or it has to be some sort of rolling power snipe where you just continually kill their PGens as they're trying to rebuild. More Corsairs from this guy, using them to clean up T1 land. These gunships are going to do a far better job of that. And this is going to be mostly mass donated. Maybe not too much mass, because you can see that the gunships are killing some of the reclaim, unfortunately. One of the things about cyber units, some of them really kill a lot of reclaim. Like Medusa and these gunships. Corsairs obviously will overkill T1 land a lot. This guy has gone to T3 land. Finally, someone has done it. We've been a very long time in this game where people are just making air a whole fuck ton of interceptors, and it comes down to just one air fight and then a small power snipe, and that's basically the extent of the damage that air has done, because the players have both had very large interceptor production and held each other to a stalemate more or less in that regard. But now T3 land switch, it was always needed. It's just a question of when. Tagada seems to just be ignoring land completely. He hasn't seen the T3 land HQ. He hasn't seen any loyalists. And he hasn't even built a T2 land factory. He has 6k mass in the bank. And he has to be questioning how he's going to use it. Look at all this anti-air spread out across the map. Well, there's a question. Is this actually good? I'm not sure it is. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's bad exactly, but he could instead have been making T2 land and had blacks, which are far, far more dangerous to interceptors than these anti-air turrets. So these anti-air turrets are going to do well versus T2 air units. Basically, they will do pretty fine. But flak gives you somewhere to put your interceptors. Can wipe out entire interceptor forces in a small amount of time, and also flak does well when you have a few of them versus T2 air does very well. So maybe, and also he's going to need T2 land and T3 land at some point in the game anyway, for sure. And that's I mean, it would be a very strange game if he didn't end up needing T3 land. So I think maybe T2 land and spreading flax around would be more effective than the T1 AA turret spam. Now, and only now, have the loyalists been revealed, and this guy already has 10 of them. This guy also with significant mass in the bank, about 6k. T3 mass extractor, 4,600 mass. Imagine how good the economy would look if you had one extra T3 mechs here. Corsairs on standby. These loyalists have been revealed, and now they're being retreated. And I think that's a bad mistake right now. This location is very heavily fortified. Well, actually, no, it isn't. There's not. Well, there's PDs going up. There is a T2 ACU, and there is quite a fair bit of anti-air. And now, actually, the air attack moving to the top. Let's see what these air turrets do. I think they're gonna do very well. Actually, already Corsairs dropping out the sky before interceptors are even brought in. 2 T2 mexes goes down. And a third, but that was not effective. A lot of mass dumped here. You can see dead Corsairs, a lot of dead interceptors. It's another air fight in Tagada's wheelhouse. The loyalists now looking to run straight past all of these PDs, which is of course the right decision. And still not even T2 land from Tagada. This is dangerous for him. We have 6 loyalists here. Not a huge number, but they're beelining straight for the base, having already killed the T2 mexes on this side. He's aiming for more. Finally, T2 mexes going up in this expansion. And he's running in. He's going to definitely get this Vex. Can he run to the back and aim at some of these core mass extractors? No, he's going for the P-gens. As more and more... Oh, look at this. All in the stealth field. We have 15 Loyas already. These ones now running in to try and attack the power grid. It's well protected with... multiple shields. Only one P-gen goes down. Tagada did not exactly need this P-gen. Though he probably will to make the T3 P-gen. Oh no, he's actually paused all of his air, so... Did kind of need that P-gen, but he gets even more reclaim. You can see quite a bit left here. And around here. And of course, still has many wrecks to get, including T2 air wrecks. On this side, a lot of damage done by these turrets. All have done 400 or 500 mass worth of damage, which is a lot. They only cost 150 mass, so these have been very effective in defending. And you can, and also it's nice the fact that they're spread out from each other, because they can be sniped easily by Corsairs. Now we have T3 gunships, and they are being taken out by this guy's air, but he may actually lose all of his interceptors for that. Tagada is in behind, and I'm sorry that it's lagging. I'm not sure what's going on with my PC. I probably have too many videos on it, not enough storage or something. And that's very painful. Many interceptors lost there for this guy. Another good fight for Tagada, who is just pulling himself back into this game step by step, as this guy continues to try and do damage, and he doesn't find efficient ways to do that. Tagada now on 25,000 reclaim. Still no T3 mechs from anyone. No, in fact, I'm wrong. Here's the T3 mechs from Tagada. 5k mass in the bank now. This guy making use of all of his, and he's... Get this force, 26 loyalists now, and he's adding Medusa, he's adding flak. And that's beginning to look more and more dangerous, but there are many PD here. Tagada can see these units coming. And does he realize what's happening here as they blip in and out of existence next because they're next to the stealth field? Does he realize what's coming? Doesn't look like he does, actually. I'm not sure. We have 12 Cerberus turrets, no T1 PDs. We have a Whaler as well. And some of Tagada's own loyalists have finally started coming out of the T3 factory. Oh, this is a big power stall, and it looks like this guy's making his move. Mantis from mid being sent in at a different angle. The loyalist running in. He wants to take this base out completely and change the course of the game. 4 Whalers moving in after this group of loyalists. Let's see what this guy can do. He needs to run straight in here. I think he can actually, with this many loyalists, the ACU is right here and he only has 12,000 HP. For 18 loyalists, that disappears in seconds, and not many of them. He needs to run in here and target fire the ACU. His Medusa are really nice. You can see them stunning all the Cerberus turrets, and now he is focusing the ACU with the loyalists. He's getting the stuns, but the HP is not. Oh, he's dragged a few more away, and now he's still targeting, but the loyas are dying. Tag on 700 HP. And he survived. Oh no, under 500 HP on that ACU. Those couple seconds wasted standing here, not running after the ACU, taking shots from Whalers and Cerberus turrets. That tiny gap, tiny waste of time allows Tagada to live on very low HP, under 500 HP. Damn. The XD from this guy, he's XDing on the outside, not XDing on the inside. Tagada 40k reclaim to 14 for this guy. This is not good. This is not good for this guy. Oh, we have Strap Bomber here. Many ASF. Looks like more ASF than Tagada. Oh no, the strat. The strat. No. Please. Well, at least it went off map. At least Tagada can't reclaim that. Why was my strat there? It's so dumb. Yeah, you gotta be very careful with Strap Bombers. They tend to attack anything within 5 miles. So just keep them very far away from anything that your opponent may have. And that is a sad loss. More units being built. We're back to 10 loyalists now. And Tagada has the lead in units. 14 loyalists, 2 bricks. An enterprising Mantis goes to work on a mass storage. Hey, he actually missed a shot there. Got it in the end. Expert rating there. Super efficient. Now all this anti-air is just running in and getting... just giving vet to some group of loyalists while these other loyalists run in. And they're not gonna get anywhere. Oh, but the Corsairs going after Tagada. He takes some damage but dodges most of it. All the shields have been dropped. Are these Corsairs gonna get a second pass? Oh, they're getting murdered as they turn, and will any of them get a shot away? A few missiles leave the chamber, but Tagada is on 2100 HP. There's more moving in. He's on 1k and the shields pop back up again. 2 more Corsairs are coming in, but he's under 2 shields. And he's building more with his T2 commander. Just imagine what could be if that strat was alive. There would be no chance for Tagada. Completely forgotten how to win games. Oh, well, don't attack at the strongest point would be the best advice I could give. And also, well, don't waste any time when the ACU is near your loyalists. You could imagine what the loyalists could do in any other of the locations on the map. And with the stealth and the speed, you can change the point of attack. You could completely annihilate this base and then threaten to run into the main. But this was a place with a lot of PD. Nowhere else had any PD at all. So, kept a little tiny bit here. But still, the attack should have worked. I like the build up with the stealth. Maybe if you had more stealth here, you would never know it was coming. But yeah, unlucky for this guy. He definitely clutched defeat from the jaws of victory here. Unfortunate, but well played from both players. Well held by Tagada. And thanks for watching. See you next time.